and opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or callers of this show do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Radio Hotties. The content broadcast on this show is meant for informational and entertainment purposes only.
After months of screen time and no play dates, the Children's Discovery Museum is open for Purple Play Days of Summer. It's time to rediscover the wonder. Climb on the fire engine, splash around in the waterworks, blow bubbles, and scale the tree climber in Bill's backyard. Oodles of hands-on arts and culture, STEM, health, and nature-themed exhibits await your family. The Giant Purple Museum is open every day, Wednesday through Sunday. Reservations are required at cdm.org. That's cdm.org. जब हमारे परिवार के बुजुर्गों की सेहत और देखभाल की बात होती है तो घर पर इन होम केयर वाला ऑप्शन सबसे बढ़िया है। ऑनलॉक का पेस प्रोग्राम एक ऐसा कन्वीनियंट एंड पर्सनलाइज्ड ऑप्शन है जिसके जरिए हमारे बुजुर्ग घर पर हमारे साथ रहकर यही देखभाल और सेवा का लाभ उठा सकते हैं। अब चाहे वो घर पर रहे या ऑनलॉक वाले पेस सेंटर में आए, उनको वही डेडिकेटेड एंड प्रोफेशनल केयर मिलेगी। ऑनलॉक ने बुजुर्गों की सेहत को अपना प्रायोरिटी बना लिया है। और जानने के लिए 1855-308-0195 पे कॉल करें। That's 1855-308-0195.
Top of the morning, Bay, with Good Morning Bay.
Get to know about the traffic on your way and what's news around the world today.
Some wisdom skills along the way.
Oh, and a song to hum along with and sway.
Get your perfect entertaining start to the day.
At 9 a.m. every weekday morning with
Mahima's
Good Morning Bay.
Good morning, Bay. आप सभी लोग हमारी तरफ से एक प्यार भरा गुड मॉर्निंग,
नमस्ते,
नमस्कारा,
वणक्कम,
सुप्रभात।
फ्राइडे
वीकेंड आ गया पतंजल, मतलब वीकेंड को हमारी फालतू भी पैकअप कर ली है। वेकेशन चल रही है ना? खुश
तो खुश नहीं है।
मैं
आगे से खुश है, पीछे से ऐसे लग रहा है कि मैं कब जाऊंगा।
ये क्या आगे से पीछे से फालतू? मेरा एक ही मकसद है कि तू प्रशांत और शांति से अपनी जिंदगी बिताए। राइट, हम लोग जो भी कर सकते हैं तेरे लिए अकोमोडेट कर लेंगे। डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट, ओके? एंड ऑफ कोर्स बच्चन, हमारी आई डोंट नो, यू टू माय प्लानिंग अ वेकेशन हियर एंड देयर, सो डेफिनेटली मेक श्योर यू एंजॉय योर वेकेशन टोटली। बच्चन, वीकेंड आ गया है। नो, इट इज नॉट अ लॉन्ग वीकेंड, बट हमारे फालतूड़ी के लिए वेकेशन लॉन्ग वीकेंड जरूरत ही नहीं है यार।
क्यों?
राइट फालतूड़ी, यू टेक लॉन्ग वीक्स आल्सो समटाइम्स।
क्या?
But this time, फालतूड़ी, please when you go on vacation, come back relaxed. You don't go to Disneyland, right?
No.
Good. That means you'll be relaxed. But then yes, if you think that going to Disneyland actually relaxing, no, it's not. Many people actually reported that when they go to Disneyland and come back faaltudi, they come back stressed out.
What?
Did you know that?
No,
Oh.
no. Now actually Disney is not as stressing out as possible because it's like there's like a lot of discounts that they're giving on their tickets, and they're giving like a whole bunch of like they only are operating at 25% capacity, and
I
it's
can
not as
guarantee
crowded.
you, anybody who goes to Disneyland is never going to come back relaxed.
Oh really?
Yes, it's a place where you got to get excited. That's all.
That's true.
And part of it, some of the parents will be like, oh my God, I got to pay for all this. Kids will be so excited, they want to get more excited, they come back sad because everything stops suddenly.
Okay.
It's like, you hit stimulation with excitement.
Oh.
Or excitement stimulation.
Oh.
And afterwards, like, it'll be like, bah.
Okay,
right?
fine. I'll do
But anyway, coming back to the point, Valtwani, now I'm going to talk about the fact that today is Friday. Yes, it's a wonderful Friday, but Jan, we actually have the news lined up for you guys. Valtwani, are we ready with the news, or do you want me to go to traffic update?
Go and do the traffic update, man, first.
Oh my God, Valtwani, before you go on the road, you want to know what's happening on the mic.
Wherever you are, 912-2479.
Well, Jan, the roads are clear. Yeah, what else, but Jan, it's always 9:45 right now, and everybody's back in their offices, suppose, or wherever they're supposed to be going, and they are relaxed. Very good, Banjan. Only thing I got to tell you, Milpitas ke aas-paas mein actually is the traffic hazard report on 680 northbound south of Jacqueline Road in Milpitas. The left lane is blocked, but it doesn't seem to impact traffic at all because everybody's in school already, right? And if you go up towards East Banjan, the disabled vehicle on 24 eastbound at the Caldecott Tunnel is kind of blocking the second lane from the left, and since we are there, Concord jayenge to Concord is a huge backlog because of two traffic hazards, two accidents actually on 680 southbound north of Monument Boulevard in Pleasant Hill, Banjam. So watch out for that. If you're actually stuck in that road, there's no bypass lanes, those unfortunately in that particular area. So probably because the backlog is huge, and Yes, most of them actually go outside, are either working there or actually are staying there. So it should be fine, pretty much, I suppose. But right now, Majan, let me also tell you there also is a report of Muni. Because of conference at the Moscone Center, the lanes are closed over there, SF movie. So consider alternate routes is what they're suggesting. Now, what's the conference all about? I have absolutely no idea. Moscone Center is like the center of the city, and it's like totally. I think it's a nightmare over there to navigate traffic. I would never drive in that region. Rather, I would walk, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
When, if you know, Jan, Apple used to actually have Moscone Center as a venue for all the launches. What happened afterwards? I don't know. I think they built their own center here, I suppose. Yeah, and if you look at their Apple, by the way, Apple sales are up, but no talk about it, huh?
Right.
Yeah. You didn't get your Apple phone this year, Faltwani?
No, Alta Baba.
What? What is this? Apple's going to lose money right now, Faltwani.
No, Alta Baba.
Why? Okay, fine, Manajan. I don't know if at all she gets it. Probably you might have to give us a review of how the phone is, Faltwani. Because people are saying that they also got the leak of next year's Apple 14.
Then I'll wait for next year.
Yeah, right. It's not much of a difference from 13, I believe, is what they say. I don't know. But even the features on 13, some of the people I follow on tech, Faltwani, are not very impressed with the 13, actually.
Acha.
Yeah, in fact, nowadays, phone innovation, there's nothing. They just try to polish it even more.
You actually
we require innovators like Steve Jobs. Right? I want to see in this particular lifetime. I really want to see a car coming out, which is you don't have to pay money for it. It's like how you pay your bills on your telephone. You pay for your car. Subscription model cars. Why not?
Right. Why not?
Right?
Yeah.
It's totally if you don't pay, it'll automatically drive itself back to the. It'll drive itself back to the center, I suppose. Okay. Or it'll auto. So if you don't pay for it, it'll lock itself. So you can't get into it also.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So if at all you got a job and but one thing is that Faltwani, I'm sure you're going to share the news for sure because UN actually released a statement saying that AI, artificial intelligence, talking about these kind of self-driving cars and everything, they're saying is going to impact the welfare of human beings.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, there's a report released by UN, but it doesn't say that AI...
In a good way, I guess.
In a detrimental way.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because there are going to be people out of jobs, Fatwani.
Like Uber drivers and all that.
Not Uber drivers, generally, because many of the tasks that people do are being replaced. 80% of the tasks done by human beings, which our schools train our kids to become, are being automated.
Oh, wow.
So what's going to happen?
What's going to happen?
Unemployment.
Okay.
Theft.
Okay.
Dacoity.
Why dacoity and
all that will happen.
No.
Poverty sets in, everything comes up.
No, Alta Baba, there'll be other work that'll come up.
There will be other work. Nobody knows what the other work is. That's why UN released that particular statement on a study. Okay. By the way, let's really go and take a look at the news because मैंने आपको already थोड़ा बहुत दे दिया है. Weather-wise, Bananja, it's going to be very pleasant weather. Faltoni is taking a vacation, so it's going to be wonderful weather anyways, Bananja. We're going to be 76 over here, not too hot.
I'm so happy that I'm gone, Bananja. Can you believe it? Why do you keep putting Nassar on my vacation, man?
What is Nassar on a vacation?
It's not even vacation. It's just a weekend.
Whatever. Only rich people can afford to do that, right? Poor people like me can't do weekends that way, right, Faltwani? But it's okay, Faltwani. Have fun. I want you to have fun, actually. So that I have freedom. And of course, we have all the events coming up. We have our evening Pam show. Tomorrow we have Geet Gachal. Everything is there, Banjan. So we're going to have a lot of fun. And weather also is awesome for us to do some kind of hikes tomorrow morning, Banjan. That's something I would advise everybody do. But right now, Banjan, it's time for us to take a look at the news, Faltoni. We're ready.
Yes, absolutely.
Go on.
Bananja, I'm gonna start with this thing that you might be thinking, like when you're taking a shower or something.
Shower.
When did humans actually start to wear clothes? Because you have to worry about what. Like I was just packing this morning. I was like, what do I wear? I couldn't think of what to wear for the weekend. What to pack?
Wait.
Then you have
what
so
does that
many
got to do
things.
with your shower, Faltoni?
Well, I'm just generally saying these are things that you think about when you're in the shower, right? You're like, oh, what am I going to wear today? And that kind of stuff, right?
Is that what you think when you actually shower? What am I going to wear?
Okay, that's not important.
And what if
is
we miss the spot?
important is that when did humans actually start to wear clothes? Well, apparently scientists have found evidence that popular culture shows us they were wearing those furs and animal skins and all that, right? Fur, leather and other organic materials generally aren't preserved, especially beyond 100,000 years ago. However, researchers say that 62 bone tools used to process and smooth animal skins were found in a cave in Morocco. maybe some of the earliest proxy evidence for clothing in the archaeological record, apparently. And these tools are between 90,000 to 100,000, 20,000 years old.
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah. They just found that, Panjan. So imagine humans started to wear clothes about over a century, 1,000 years ago. 120,000 years ago. So just wanted to share that with you.
Wait, now how is that going to be any important for people to actually go and driving out to their offices?
Well, let's just say if we were born before that, we wouldn't have had to worry about what we're wearing or what we're not wearing. Are you this size? Are you that size? Nobody would have bothered about that.
You know, seriously, that's something which we did. We made a mistake. We should actually totally make it like one size fits all. Why should we have all those things?
Yeah, everybody just wears a garb.
Why not? Yeah, it's more simpler, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's going to come to that anyways. You know why?
I hope so. I hope so.
Because what's going to happen? People are going to be out of jobs.
Yeah.
They'll not have money to buy any kind of fashion design.
Oh God, what a downer on Friday. What is wrong with this guy? I think he's going to miss me, but that's why he's talking all this nonsense.
No, Faltwani. AI comes and replaces, right? So AI doesn't require any kind of clothing.
Oh.
So people are going to start, people are going to sit in the couch potatoes and this is going to be like, having glasses on. So they don't have to do any kind of dressing at all. Everything will be avatars. Have you seen that there's a Player One? Have you seen that particular movie?
Which player, man?
It's called some Player One something like that. It's called a wonderful thing. People actually are going to be that way itself. So their life will be virtual.
Their life is going to be avatars. Okay, thank you very
Avatars.
much.
So you don't have to buy clothing anymore. Everything will be in your mind.
Yeah, and then they can actually there'll be glasses that they'll invent or some implants which people can wear, which will decide what dress they want to see the other person in, or not.
Avatars actually are your own perception of yourself. So you can actually be whatever size you want to be.
Even if you're meeting somebody, that person can go, okay, I want to see that person in that color shirt, whatever.
See?
That kind of
Now
thing.
we're talking, Fatmani.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be happening, Banajan. And don't worry, even that time, our area is going to be there for sure.
For those of you watching us on Facebook, let me tell you that voice that you're hearing is not mine, is another voice. That
the handsome voice, not her voice.
Who's just talking and who's kind of trying to derail my news broadcast.
What?
Yes, exactly. Well, anyway, if you are looking to go on vacation, let me tell you one real quick thing. Why settle for one sky-high attraction? If you're planning, go to New York City, Banjan, because there seems to be a sky-high attraction when you can have 3 inside one building, apparently.
What?
Yeah, that certainly seems to be the thinking behind Summit 1 Vanderbilt, apparently, which is set to open at Manhattan's 1 Vanderbilt Tower on October 21st. Billed as the world's most immersive observatory experience, apparently, New York's latest observation deck features an all-glass enclosed elevator that travels up to 1,200 feet. Transparent glass boxes and a room entirely covered with mirrors. So, I won't be able to survive that because I'm an acrophobe.
What?
So
What does acrophobe mean?
I have fear of heights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I get dizzy after some time. So
you can never get high?
I don't want to see all that. And I don't believe in anything man-made, Banjan. Anything man-made can fail. So I don't want to...
But everything is man-made, Fatmani.
I know, that's true. But one thing for sure, Banjan, somebody who is long-lasting and who's going to keep on going, probably as long as he lives, that is Tom Brady. He says that he could play in the NFL till he's 50 years old.
He could. I totally believe him because he's got insurance. Hey, but I want to ask you one thing, Fatmani. How about AI?
What is AI?
Can you trust AI? What was built by AI?
No.
Why?
No. I can't trust because it can get smarter than me. No, thank you.
No, anything is smarter than a different issue. But the point is...
What?
No, I meant to say vegetable can be smarter than you.
Anyway, Banajan, let's get to some serious news. How does that sound?
Serious.
Yeah. Okay, so the White House warned on Friday that a failure by the US Congress to extend the debt limit could plunge the economy into a recession and could lead to cuts in critical state services.
Talk about AI. The House is talking right now.
They have to. Well, we're talking about an economic stimulus.
I thought you said the House actually went blah, 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 blah.
The government faces an October deadline on the debt limit, Banjan, after which it will not be able to pay all of its bills without congressional approval.
Oh, are we going to default? Yeah, finally the government is going to be like a common man.
President Joe Biden, a Democrat, and his aides have been trying to broker a deal with Republicans to resolve a showdown over raising the $28.5 trillion federal borrowing limit. Where will they borrow from? They're fighting with China. Do you think they'll get money from China?
Hey, I don't mind. My wallet actually is full right now.
I have no idea.
How much do they want? $20? Ready, Faltonia. For the nation, man. Anything for the country I live in. No, seriously.
Yeah. And let's tell you, Banjan, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is saying capitalism has not served the US economy as well as it could have, saying that the system needs to be improved. In America, capitalism is our system, it's our economic system, but it has not served our economy as well as it should, she told a Chatham House event. So what we want to do is not depart from that, but to improve it. You cannot have a system where the success of some springs from the exploitation of workers and springs from the exploitation of the environment and the rest, and we have to correct that.
You know why we're actually having the deficit, Faltoni?
Right.
It's all Democrat made. It's an agenda they have, Faltoni. For the past 40 years, they've been trying to tax the rich. It's not happened.
Huh.
So they're trying to make sure they can default so they can actually increase taxes and make the money from the rich people.
I don't know.
Like ABCT, come on, morning.
That's
ABCT.
Altu Baba
Faltani,
conspiracy.
come on. People should start thinking about this, Faltani. Think about the fact why it's happening that way, right?
That's the alarm, Banjan. That means that's Altu Baba's conspiracy
That's
theory.
very true, Bajan. Please listen to my words with caution
Oh, God.
because I mean a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, 100 National Guard troops are going to be available for Saturday's Capitol demonstration. Security, says the Pentagon. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has put 100 National Guard troops on standby to help police protect the Capitol if needed, ahead of Saturday's planned rally supporting people charged with taking part in the deadly Jan 6th riot, apparently. Hundreds of right demonstrators are expected in the District of Columbia for the Justice for J6 Jan 6th rally, a reference to that particular rally, storming of the US Capitol by supporters of Donald Trump in an attempt to stop the certification of President Joe Biden's election victory. In some kind of disturbing news, it's a Reuters exclusive that came out with Jen. It's an investigative report where Haitians fleeing a country hammered by political turmoil and two natural disasters made up most of over 10,000 migrants sleeping on the ground and desperate for food in a squalid camp under a bridge in southern Texas on Friday, in a growing humanitarian and political challenge for US President Joe Biden. The Haitians were joined by Cubans, Venezuelans, and Nicaraguans under the Del Rio International Bridge connecting Mexico to South Texas. They slept under light blankets, a few pitched small tents even. So it's really...
A few pitched small tents even.
And of course, let's come to California, Banajan. Speaking of homelessness, California Governor Gavin Newsom has signed legislation aimed at combating the state's housing crisis by expanding housing production and aiming to streamline housing approvals. Newsom's office said on Thursday California will put $1.75 billion into what his administration is calling a new California Housing Accelerator, which he claimed will accelerate building 6,500 affordable multi-family units that were stalled for lack of tax-exempt bonds and low-income housing tax credits.
Yes, that's a news for me because Faltoni pointed finger at me for some reason.
Because I wanted you to pay attention to it.
Faltoni, I'm the person who compiled
Because
this for headline.
Alibaba is the architect of one of our projects, Banajan.
I am the architect?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you
Oh
are.
my God, Faltoni, sometimes when you should take vacations more often.
Yeah.
Or at least plan to take it.
Yeah, he's the
The
architect
Andichi
of our...
actually-
For Bandhus who are not aware, there is a home project that's coming up, Banajan. We'll talk to you more in detail about that because we need all the community to come together to support it, right?
That's very true.
And of course, Banajan, one event that we want to tell you where the community needs to come together is the Pragna Dingchak Dandiya. Those of you watching us on Facebook, please share this with your friends and colleagues and share this with more people in your community. This is an all-integrated Dandiya that's going to be happening where individuals of all types of neurological makeup, that is you, me, and also the ones in the neuro minority, individuals with autism, individuals with cerebral palsy, individuals with Down syndrome, individuals who are otherwise not thought of as part of mainstream society are also going to be involved. It's for a wonderful cause. It's $10 for the ticket. Please buy your tickets and come. It's outdoor Dandiya. It's a driveway Dingchak Dandiya. Please buy your tickets. Go to pragna.org/DDD. Again, pragna.org/driveway Dingchak Dandiya. And of course, let's go on over and talk to you about what is going on in the in the Bay Area, Banajan, a destructive challenge on thousands of teens on social media stealing and destroying property at their school, is encouraging them to be stealing and destroying property at their school. The result is $1,000 damage to schools in the Bay Area, the state and the country, all documented for likes on TikTok. The so-called, quote, devious lick, unquote, challenge encourages TikTok users to post videos of themselves stealing items and damaging school bathrooms and classrooms. Doherty Valley High School in the San Ramon Valley Unified School District is one of the campuses recently damaged as part of the viral challenge. 2 boys' restrooms at the schools are out of service due to vandalism. The district has sent out notices to parents alerting them that the toilets were intentionally clogged and soap dispensers and mirrors were actually torn from the walls. 4 schools in the San Ramon Valley Unified School District have also reported damage, including Diablo Vista Middle School. As soon as we had any issues, we said, let's connect with our families to be sure that this stops, Superintendent Dr. John Malloy has said. TikTok has responded by pulling all these videos down and by redirecting hashtags tied to the destructive challenges. The spokesperson for the social media platform said TikTok does not allow content that promotes criminal activity. Actually, a lot of the Bay Area school principals are sending out notices with regard to this particular challenge. So please be wary and aware. Ideally, get your kids off of TikTok. Why would they want to be on TikTok? It's one of the most dangerous platforms.
Is it?
Yeah. Remember how China has they still have control over that. So anyway. San Jose, another thing that's happening in San Jose is that they're altering some of the intersections in order to discourage people from gathering at those intersections for sideshows. Sideshows are illegal and dangerous stunt and street racing events that have become an almost nightly nuisance in some South Bay neighborhoods. At night, these people are doing something called donuts apparently, and it's loud and it's constant every night. So under this pilot program, the city has added barriers at 6 intersections in hopes of preventing sideshows, and these barriers essentially will shrink those intersections so they cannot do those sideshows anymore. This is what we also have here, right?
Yeah, the Fast and Furious F9. Why don't we actually just fine F9 franchise?
I know.
And ban it totally. They can't make F10, F15, F16 and all stuff.
Let's do it.
It's all, Vin Diesel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And for those of you waiting for the VTA light rail service, it's going to start resuming full operations this Saturday, Bandujan. They will be back on track in the South Bay. The Green Line from Diridon Station to Winchester Station is the last segment of the light rail that needs to be reactivated after a nearly 4-month shutdown following the deadly mass shooting at the Guadalupe Light Rail Division facility on May 26th. And finally, in the other news from Bay Area, the FBI and numerous Bay Area law enforcement agencies announced on Thursday that it took down the leaders of the infamous Nuestra Familia crime organization known as the NF. The scope of the Operation Quiet Storm was immense. The U.S. Attorney called the 5-year operation the most significant law enforcement to disrupt a crime organization in decades. And in news internationally, quick headlines, Banajan. The Taliban. Remember, we talked about the Ministry of Virtue and Vice. That ministry actually replaced the women's ministry in Taliban, apparently.
Oh, really? What do they call it?
The Ministry of Virtue and Vice.
Virtue and Virtue will be done by a man, I suppose.
Yes.
And they're the one who decide what women have to do.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, it's pretty much traditional what happens in the world.
That's actually true. And the Taliban is actually making it official.
Exactly what happens over here in America, Father. What are you talking about?
What do you think, Baba? In Texas, they passed, right? Right now, they have a... we're going backwards. We're reversing Roe v.
What do you mean going backwards, Father? You went forward in the first place.
Oh.
See, what women want to do with their bodies defined by men out here.
Correct.
Right? And why should men have the option to even vote for that?
True that.
I would say, what they should do? Supreme Court step in and they should say, this particular topic is related to women's thing only. Only women can be voting on it.
Right.
Not the men. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a very good point, actually.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
And just like how they actually say that, they have something which I'm going to tell you, but I've been reading about these things. When they can come and say, oh, the contraception and everything, whatever is there, right? They want to make it as illegal and all. They should also make the other thing, the ED part of which happens for men, that also should be cancelled.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
you know what? I was thinking.
Because that's paid for by the.
No, they should actually just get vasectomies for all the men because
No,
that is reversible. So get all the men to get
What do you
get a
mean?
vasectomy.
Why is it reversible?
It is reversible. Why should the woman go through the stuff, right? Na rahegi baas, na bajegi bansuri.
Very true. I agree with you. In fact, just do one thing. No,
Yeah.
do what you do for other species which grows out of things.
Yeah.
They neuter them, right?
Oh God.
Yeah, have them, medically neuter when they are born itself.
Oh God.
Right?
Yeah.
It makes more sense that time, right?
Yeah. Anyway, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has pledged on Friday to encourage more Arab countries to normalize relations with Israel as he hosted a virtual meeting with Israeli and Arab counterparts to mark the first anniversary of a set of landmark diplomatic agreements. In Singapore is reporting 935 new COVID-19 cases, which is the highest since April of last year. So there's been a spike in COVID cases there. In news from India, they're saying that the Goods and Service Tax Council has announced on Friday that they took several key decisions, including extending tax concessions to COVID-19 drugs and reviewed tax rates for many of the items. And now petrol and gas are not going to come under GST, is what they've said. Almost 90% of people in Mumbai now have COVID-19 antibodies, according to a recent survey and report. And China and India are maintaining unimpeded communication over stranded Indians in Afghanistan, and that's what the Chinese official is saying. And leaders of Sri Lanka and Nepal wish Prime Minister Narendra Modi on his 71st birthday. Their top leadership from different countries have wished him for good health and success in leading the country. And finally, hitting back at Aam Aadmi Party MLA Raghav Chadda after his Rakhi Sawant jab at Navjot Singh Sidhu. Navjot Singh Sidhu came back and said that Raghav Chadda is still descending from the apes and the monkeys. They say the man descended from apes and monkeys. Looking at your mind, Raghav Chadda, I believe you're still descending. You still haven't answered my question about notifying farm laws by your government.
Wow.
So you can get more information with regard to this. If you want to see this particular tweet, you can also follow Navjot Singh Sidhu, the actor turned politician.
I would not do the Banjan because very depressing.
Yeah. Well, yes, why is it depressing?
Yeah, the guy doesn't have a kind of he's like a typical, I don't know, he's a politician.
I don't know.
He initially was part of, BJP.
Huh.
No, Congress. He came to BJP. From BJP went to Congress, and now is back to anti-BJP because they didn't give him an office.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, anyway, Banijan, so those were the news that I had for you from across the world and also from India. So anything you want to share with us, Altama?
Nothing, Faltwani. I just want everybody to have a wonderful weekend ahead, and definitely make sure you tune in the evening at 5 o'clock, Banjan, because we have our Pam Pam show coming right up. Right, Faltwani? And इसी के साथ Banjan बोलने वाला आप लोगों को कि have a wonderful evening. We will see you in the evening. Hey, I'm supposed to give a Gari Akira, right?
Yes.
You didn't talk about that, Faltwani.
Yes,
How
Banijan.
mean.
So Altama is going to leave you with a nice, beautiful Ganika Kida that you will get to enjoy right now. And based on what Altama has been saying all along, we hope everybody is going to have a nice, cool weekend.
Yes.
Because the weather is not going to be too hot either.
No, it's not.
So have yourselves a fantastic weekend, Banijan.
एंड इसी के साथ बंजन आपके लिए पेश करेंगे किशोर कुमार की आवाज में लक्ष्मीकांत प्यारेलाल की म्यूजिक में बंजन रुक जाना नहीं तू कहीं हार के मोटिवेशनल सॉन्ग
जाना नहीं तू कहीं हार के कांटों पे चल के मिलेंगे साए बहार के रुक जाना नहीं तू कहीं हार के कांटों पे चल के मिलेंगे साए बहार के ओ राही ओ राही ओ राही ओ राही
let me tell you, Bandajani, that all these beautiful tracks.